Okay, welcome to an introduction of Slugify. What is Slugify? Well, it's an app that I created to exchange music. I had a friend who was on Spotify, and I'm on Apple Music, and it was hard to share tracks. But the quickest way to figure out what Slugify is to go to the website, which would not be that because we're in the development testing environment right now, but I'll send you the link later. But you can see a little tutorial here. You can walk through it. It's basically a fun app that does one thing well. It allows friends to share music. Okay. And you can walk through that. Okay. But the basic concept is in your music streaming service, be it Apple Music or Spotify, you create a playlist or it gets created for you. And all you do is you drop tracks in there. And when you drop tracks in there, your friends see them and then they can slurp them and then they can listen to them. You're going to connect your apps, and I'll show you how to do that in a different video in the setup. The demo today is basically going to be just showing you how to use it, and the setup will be in a different video. You got to have friends, otherwise you can't share music. So we've got a setup right now with a couple of friends, and I'll introduce you to them in a moment. And it's kind of cool because when you do certain things on Slugify, like slurp a guy's tracks or send tracks to somebody else, they get notifications, and those will pop up on their PC, Mac, and or on their mobile if they're using a mobile. And that's it. The whole thing's about enjoying music. So let's get started. We're going to sign in. I've got some sign in happening right now with Google, but I'm just going to show you that you can use a password. And this will get you logged in. Okay. Unless, of course, you do it wrong. But let's just sign in with this. Can't even type my own password. How about that? That's Mr. Cookie. You love him as much as I do. He's great. There's a bit of startup that happens because a whole bunch of stuff goes on behind the scenes. It's basically talking to Spotify, it's talking to Apple Music, it's matching tracks, it's doing all kinds of stuff. So if you see stuff like this, that's normal. Now, what you're seeing is that the Confucius guy, that's me, he just logged in. And he sees some tracks over here on his main page. Slugbert has sent him some tracks. Well, who is Slugbert? My God. Well, let's come over here. He's over here. He's listening to Freak. That's pretty good. So he's got a Spotify account, okay? And he has a Slugify playlist. And inside his Slugify playlist, he's put 3 tracks. That's what you're seeing over here. They've been matched. Okay. Now I've done something likewise on my side, and if I open up my Apple Music, and you can see I have a playlist over here, and if I sign in with that guy, oh, he's already signed in, you can see all those tracks here. And what you're seeing here is Spotify widgets. So you can see these tracks. You can open up Spotify by clicking on that button. You can listen to the tracks right here, or you can save them. Okay, what you'll also notice every once in a while is some tracks don't get matched. That's normal. It's just sometimes they don't exist. But sometimes they do exist, but Slugify just isn't searching for them properly. If you want to find them, you can come over here and you can click on the search button and you can try to look for it. Okay, this will pop up your Spotify. It'll perform a search, and it might find it. Okay, it finds this one. Okay, but it doesn't find the one with Elvis Costello, as far as I can see. Okay, but you know what? If you don't care about it, you just forget about it, and it'll just go poof, and you won't see it anymore. Same thing with this. That's what an unmatched track is. You'll see them every once in a while. If your friend decided you should hear it, maybe you want to look for it. Otherwise, forget about it. Okay. So I wanna see these I want to listen to them in my Spotify account. Now I got a Slugify playlist, but I don't have a playlist to slurp to. I need a destination playlist. Now you can create it here just by coming over here and saying create playlist, or in the web app you can say create a new playlist. Okay, you can give it a name. Okay, call it my cool playlist, and it will create it right there for you. And just to make sure that's been done, um, Maybe it'll show up. Oh, there's my cool playlist. Sometimes this app does not refresh as quickly as you would want it to. Okay, now I can slurp directly to my cool playlist. And when you do, it'll bring up this little dialog, add to playlist. That's pretty good. It's going to think, it'll pulsate at you, and then after that's done, it's going to send out some notifications. So if you got that set up, it will send out the notifications, and then your friend will hear it right there, ding dong. Okay, so this basically says Slugbert just slurped your tracks, and this is Confucius's Windows machine sending him notifications. Okay, so on the right, Slugbert just slurped Confucius's track, all these guys. Okay, and you can see he's got some previously slurped tracks. These are the things that he's done before. Okay, that he has slurped. Okay, and you can also say, well, what are my tracks? Okay, what are the tracks that I have in my Slugify playlist? And they're right there. Now, this is kind of cool. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to slurp these tracks as Confucius. Now, Confucius goes ahead and says, slurp these tracks. Watch the right while I do the left, okay? Because this is going to happen. Close that. And you'll notice the same thing happens on the left. But over here on the right, these tracks have just been automatically cleaned from the originating playlist. So if Slugbert, oh, he's got a little notification over here as well. Okay, so Slugbert comes over here, looks at his Slugify playlist, and it's empty. So it's self-cleaning. You don't have to like babysit or maintain your track list or anything like that, because you put it in there. Once all of your friends have slurped those tracks, you can have more than one friend, which we'll show you in just a little bit. But once all your friends have slurped those tracks, they will be self-cleaned and gone. Okay, now over here, you can look, and those are all the tracks that you have slurped into your cool playlist. Okay, and that's Slugify in a nutshell. Okay, I think that's good enough. We can go over some other features in another video, but I don't want to keep these videos too long. So that's it for now. Ciao.